This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is Bruce Buffer. It's time for the MMA Holes.
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona. Actually, no. Hold on a second. It's not the UFC. It's not the... They changed the studio name. Let me back that ass up. From the Question Mark Studios of Arizona. UFC 269 Fight Week. The Action Man, Chris Curtis, William Knight. 2 interviews, 1 night. Let's do it. Hang with the boys with the MMA Holes. I forgot you guys changed the studio name because I got a gazillion things going on. How you doing, friends? Merry before Christmas. Hope everyone is wonderful. We got our co-host about to join us very soon, and it's UFC 269 Fight Week. Whoa, big pay-per-view, end of the year, going out with a bang. Poirier versus Oliveira. Got the poster over here. Nunes versus Peña. Let's go. We're going to see some more upsets Saturday. Well, we'll discuss that. And speaking of upsets, tonight is Upset City. Tonight is the night where we have 2 guests, legends of the sport, legends of the game in their own right. There is a man, you know, when you need some action in your life, I got the guy for you. I got the guy. The Action Man, Chris Curtis, is back on the show. Let's fucking go. Chris, I know you've changed your name a couple of times, right? And the UFC says, let's stick with the Action Man. Has it stuck? Are you feel comfortable with this name?
Yeah, I've had this name since I was 16, so I guess I just can't outgrow it. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time to move on, grow up. And they're like, nope, you're the Action Man. So I guess, I've had it since I was 16 years old. I guess I'll have it until I die at this point. So yeah, it is running with it.
I tell you what, the memes, the pictures, everyone superimpose. We've done it too, superimposing your head on superhero bodies. It's kind of cool.
Easy marketing, right? Like it's really easy marketing. Like it's good low hanging fruit, but it's low hanging fruit. It's good for everybody. So like, fuck it, why not? It
goes with the pose too. That pose over there works perfect with it.
Yeah, Randy Orton, dude. I gotta have fun, man. I enjoy fighting. I enjoy the show of it and everything else. So. People take it too seriously, man. You got to have fun.
Now, we slipped into your DMs before you fought, and I didn't want to put any more pressure on you, but I just had this itch and feeling. I was like, this man's going to win again. I had to ask you. You said you felt ready for this fight, and clearly you did. You showed up and collected another knockout. Before this fight, how confident were you?
I felt good, man. I felt so good. Like, I've got 2 teammates that fought Brendan Allen and 2 more who are supposed to have fought him. We had a lot of info to go off of. We had a lot of experience to go off of. And it's just, I knew he was good, man. But I'm like, I felt like I'm probably the best dude he's fought. I fought guys like that. I fought guys who were taller. I fought guys who were longer. I fought guys who were better grapplers. I fought guys who were better kickboxers. I'm like, overall, I fought like a better form of you at some point or another. And he's 25, man. He's young. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go freak this kid out and see what happens.
And yeah, it looks like he did freak him out. The guy's not the type of guy that gets finished unless he faces a Strickland or you. And when I saw that loss on his record, and I remember that Sean took him out, I was like, you know what? They got the recipe here. And you call it the meat hooks to the body? Is that what we threw there?
Yeah, man, it's like you're just like hanging a piece of meat by, it's the same thing. Just dig it into the body as hard as you can. Let it sit there for a second. Just keep digging. And anyone can get hit in the face, man. You can get hit in the face and not even be good at fighting and not go down. Like, it's just a weird stuff that goes into it, whatever. But not a whole lot of people can get, like, ripped to the body a bunch and stay up. So, hey!
There it is.
Hey!
What's up? All right, we got the little one off to sleep. All right.
Yeah, well, she's not really sleeping. She's just hanging out in her pack and play, but whatever works. She's got her tablet, she's watching TV. She's good.
She's the
Has
first.
she figured out how to escape yet?
What's that?
Has she figured out how to escape?
She's trying. She's gotten to the point where she's able to kind of pull herself up to her feet, but she hasn't really figured out pulling her legs over the railings yet.
Enjoy your peace of mind now. Because the moment it clicks, you'll never sleep again. Oh man, it's terrible.
Yeah, I dread that day. I have fears of, like, at nighttime, she's going to climb out of her crib and fall onto the floor.
I woke up one day to my son, like, no longer in his crib, but, like, staring next to my bed. I'm like, how did you get here? First of all, there were walls and a door separating us. It's just, yeah. So.
It's like, what was that movie? That zombie movie where the kid got bit and then showed up at the bed of the foot of the
28
bed.
days later.
Yeah,
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. That's it. Yes.
In the beginning, yeah, the kid's just right there.
Yeah.
I woke up, my kid's just in my room. I'm like, how did you?
It's
get
creepy.
here? There's a door and a crib between us. It's terrifying.
I'm not looking forward to that at all. Well, I'm looking forward to
the random Gastelum was Jay Perrin. I'm a roommate. He's just walking around in his bright orange ass jumpsuit.
Oh, photobomb. And I saw you guys had a little family moment watching a movie that it seemed like you really liked.
Oh my god, you guys! Oh my god, you guys ever? Has anyone like in the chat seen what the hell, Bruised, the Halle Berry movie? Oh, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, oh my god.
I
got like 20 minutes in and I was like, I'm insulted for everyone who was involved in this, and like it was just mad.
I told Chris that we should give it a shot at least, because everybody else has been seeing, even though there's negative reviews, let's see for ourselves.
I'm scared. I'm terrified.
I promise you'll get 20 minutes in and you'll be like, who? I was just looking around like, who allowed this? Did the USC license this out? I'm like, what is happening? It's like, it's really like a throwback to Never Back Down, but like they just stopped trying. Like, all right, whatever.
I want to see it. I want to try just watching it, just because everybody says it's so bad.
I beg you, if you do, please watch it here and record. I want to see your do a live reaction to it. I'll watch it with you. I'll watch it with you guys. You just did the Mystery Science thing, or how bad this is.
I tell you what, we pitched that idea, and this is not a bad. If you're willing to do it, I think we might have to pull something like this off, because that sounds fantastic.
Man. I'll put it on, and we'll just. I got 20 minutes in, I had to quit. So like, there's still more to be disappointed in.
Halle Berry is a good actress, but for some reason I couldn't. I mean, I never even seen the movie, and I just like watching the trailer. I'm like, she's not a fighter. Like, was it unbelievable, or was it just the stories?
I got to the point when she's fighting Gabby Garcia in a basement, and I'm like, please let me die.
Did that really happen?
And like that was like 15 minutes in, maybe, and I'm just like, I can't do this, man. Like it's everything's wrong. And then, like, the movie starts like a weird version of, like, Monsters Ball and Southpaw. So I'm like, what? It's like every other movie you've ever seen combined into this weird Frankenstein of a movie with bad acting and bad choreography.
Oh, my God.
That's amazing.
There's, like, a Monster Ball scene in, like, the first 10 minutes. I'm like, who wrote this?
Wait,
like,
was it the bang scene? Wasn't there? Wait, was it Monster? Wait, what was the Monsters Ball?
Yeah, there was a bang scene. There's a Monster Ball scene, though. Yeah, that's there. The first 5 minutes. I'm like, this is not how people act. Like I'm watching it. I'm like, this is not how any normal person acts. Like, what is happening right now?
Perhaps it's a comedy. Maybe this is a comedy. Maybe we're getting it all wrong.
I am a connoisseur of bad B movies. I love terrible B movies, and I'm like, this is one of those ones where you get the friends over, everybody's drunk, and you're like, all right, let's see who can stay sober the longest.
Well, all right, I got a question for you. There's a movie that I love called The Greasy Strangler.
Oh my God, I hate that movie. It is. Don't watch it. I'm trying to save you right now. Do not waste your time watching that movie.
Don't listen to her. It's a fantastic movie.
Horrible.
I raise you a better one. If you get a chance, if I has internet, watch Vampire Assassin.
Vampire. All right, hold on. I'm gonna write this down.
The movie is so good. If you get a chance, pull up the cover. If you get a chance,
okay.
So I'll say how good it is. The guy on the cover doesn't exist in the movie.
Wait, so
Yeah.
You're telling him this, but little do you know that this is the kind of person, if you
I'm
tell
all
him to
over the-
watch something, he will watch it. He'll spend like the entire day looking for it, and then once he finds it, it's guaranteed to
I'll
be
probably
watched.
watch it after this. It's
So one of the jokes is it takes about 2 viewings to watch because you'll die from laughter. Like my group and I have tried to watch it multiple times in the past.
Oh,
It takes
man.
about 2 viewings.
1.5 stars. This is right up my alley. Is this
Oh,
the movie?
God.
This guy on the cover doesn't exist. Like if you can play this trailer, my God, it's so like. I want you to understand the insanity of this movie.
Oh
Like,
God.
I think this guy is like they're supposed to be like the ancient Chinese vampire hunter guy. He's like a Mexican guy, like the legendary vampire swords are made out of PVC pipe. It's glorious.
So wait, so this guy in the poster who looks like Blade, he is not in it.
He's not in the movie. So the main character looks like Carl Winslow. So, imagine Carl Winslow doing really bad martial arts. It is phenomenal.
That is fantastic. Well, I actually have an MMA movie that I want to ask you about, and I'm not sure if you've seen this one, but our friend Nick Newell, who fights in Bellator, and he's got one arm, right? I mean, he's a fantastic story, right? They made a movie about him, Notorious Nick. Did you get a chance to see this one?
I have not. I think it was on like Amazon at one point, and I was beefing with my Amazon account, so I just never got around to it. Is it good? Has anybody seen it?
So we had him on, and we were talking about it. I was being very polite. I have to be honest with you. I like it because it's Nick, so it's like, wow, we know someone that's in that they made a movie about. It's kind of cool, but it's like an after-school special. I don't know if you remember those.
Was he in it or just about?
No, they had it like some dreamy guy. See,
Right, feel free to trash it then. He wasn't in it. Like, yeah, I was like, how do I have to be? Like I like Nick, so I'm like, he's like his acting debut. I'm not gonna bash him too bad. If it wasn't actually him in the movie, yeah, fuck it. Like, you know,
it
is what it is.
It was interesting. I'm curious.
Cool story, badly translated. Nick's got a fucking awesome story though.
He does, and they changed things to make it feel more like a movie. And I wish they would have just stuck to his story because his story is great as it is. You know?
Was he fighting like the rival from Four Girls Love at the end?
At the end, he was beefing with this guy, and he never had any problems with this guy in real life. Then
that guy's getting hate mail.
yeah, and this guy's like painted as an asshole. He had to he had to apologize to the guy. You know, it's like his mother. They said he paid for his mother's medical school from his fights in the regional scene. I mean, how much do you guys make in the regional scene? He's paying for medical school.
Much.
Yeah.
Not fucking much at all.
And that never happened, you know. So it's like I'm like, did this really
Well, I'm
happen?
sure he probably paid a little bit.
No, Nick said he paid nothing. He came on the show. And,
Really?
yeah.
I
I
had to have missed that part.
Any amount of medical school in the regional scene, I can promise you that. Like you were trying to avoid starvation yourself. Like it's
crazy, man. But I tell you,
here, like yeah, right. Like,
so now, but your story, if you think about it, like I want everyone to have a movie. Your story would be this, like it would be an amazing movie as well.
Fuck that.
No?
First of all, my story would be miserable. It'd be stupid because like I don't have. You know, I see you over there, New England. But dude, no, my story, like, so I tell people all the time, like, I don't have an interesting story besides the fact that, like, man, I've been grinding along. So I never had, like, a hard childhood or, like, anything crazy. I was just a weird kid who liked fighting. So, like, my backstory is pretty lame. So
Yeah,
if they're
but
going to do a movie about me, I demand there be ninjas and shit. Like, I want, you know, I had to fight to save a woman from a drug dealer. Like, we're going to embellish the hell out of it.
Well, I'm just picturing the opening to your story of you falling out of a window trying to plow some girl. I mean, I think that's the beginning, no?
Yeah, man. My mom knows that story now, and she was like, "What were you doing?" I was like, "You know, the hood rat shit with my friends, mom." Like that was an awkward conversation to have. Like, all right, well.
Are there, like, now you're doing a gazillion interviews, everyone's pulling in all different directions. Is there a story like, shit, I probably shouldn't have said that?
I just did one on the HELWANI show about how I almost got killed on my skateboard one day, and I got hit by a car, and like I kind of lied to my mom about what happened. So I'm like walking around for like 6 months, like grievously injured, but hiding it from my mom. I was more afraid of telling my mom that I was like stuck out of the house and I was mildly drunk on a skateboard, got hit by a car, than like going to the hospital and like whatever. So she's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" She called me like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Like, what are you doing?" Like, I don't understand. My mom I grew up with a nurse. My mom now has a PhD in nursing. She's a doctorate in nursing. My father's a doctor. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're walking around grievously injured for months, like probably dying, bleeding inside my chest. And they're just like, what the fuck is wrong with you, kids? Probably should have let that one die with me. But, I can't be grounded at this point in my life, so it's fine.
Yeah. What does your mom think now that you're in the UFC? I mean, your mom's got to be so besides herself, right?
She's happy for me. The first thing she always says, I spend a lot of money on your education. And like, this is what you do, huh? And she's like, yes. Like, guys, my mom spent a lot of money on my education. She's like, this is what we decided to do with it all. But she's happy for me now, man. She knows that this is what I love. Fighting's all I've cared about since I was a child. Like, all I've ever wanted to do was fight people. I was that weird kid in the playground playing Power Rangers and still, and wanting to play Street Fighter. This is all I've ever loved. The only thing that's ever excited me. So I think she's just happy that I'm happy, and I'm finally feeling like I'm getting the recognition that I've worked for, and that just makes her happy. She could really care. If I became a salesman or a baker, she'd be happy. Like, whatever, just stop getting hit. But I think finally having some success in the journey and just bring a smile to her face. She's gonna worry about me now. I'm not gonna be this kid that starves to death. My sister was in law school. My brother is a pharmacist. So I'm that one kid. They're like, she's kind of looking out for. Is he gonna die on his own? What's happening? So. What? Things are well, everything's going good. So she can take a step back and breathe now. Like, okay, well, he won't die if I suddenly go away.
That's gonna be a great feeling. And did you go to college?
I was going to be a lawyer actually, and I decided I made a choice one day. I was sitting in class. I was in going to be contractual law and business. I'm in a class going over stipulations and contracts and types of contracts. I'm like, you know what? I can either do this or fight people. And I'm like, I think I want to do this forever. I'd rather fight people. So I was training at the time as well. So I was got up in the morning, fucking 6 a.m., was in school by 7, got out of school at freaking 1, went to the practice by 2 o'clock. I didn't have a car, mind you, so I'm doing this on a bus. I'm on the bus for an hour. Then I'm at the gym from 2 to 9 every night.
Wow.
And I'm just like, you know what? I think I'd rather fight people. I don't want to read contracts and do this. I have more fun fighting people. I've always wanted to fight people. So I made a choice. And that day I was like, that was my last day in class. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket and run with it. So I did.
Wow. That's pretty
may have not been the greatest idea, but it's worked out so far. At this, finally. Yeah, it was some rough patches. Isn't
that the most rewarding thing though, to just drop everything, prove and take a chance, and then wind up, no matter how long it took, you wound up proving people wrong? That's got to be a fantastic payoff.
It's great. It's funny. Everybody's like, you're so inspirational. I follow your dreams. You're an inspiration. I'm like, I'm more of a cautionary tale to feel about putting all of your eggs in one basket, because man, we have been scraping by for a while. I laugh. This year alone, my manager and I flew for $2,000. We drove to Tijuana, hopped on a plane to Sinaloa, Mexico, which is the home of El Chapo, and fought for $2,000 in fucking Sinaloa, Mexico. And what a way this year's turned around. But that's how the year was going, started.
Wow.
We're traveling around, fighting around the world, going places, fighting in random places for little bits of money. So could have very easily gone bad.
Did that feel like some sort of blood sport type shit? Did you feel like Van Damme going over there and I'm gonna kick some
we were in a silo. It was weird. It was very strange. And they're it's real talk. There's guards that had fucking AR-15s, and I'm like, oh shit, what's happening? Yeah. They're like, yeah. So there's a security they had. They had the cops there. They had separate security because sometimes the cops are paid off. So they had security and cops. I'm like, what is happening right now? But on the flip side, it was a 8-to-1 exchange rate in Sinaloa, Mexico. So I was living like a king.
Wow.
I was waiting to be robbed and murdered, but until that point, I lived like a king. Oh my god, it was great.
Did you ever think if the UFC thing, at the very right before you hit the UFC, was there a point where you're like, okay, what's the backup plan, or are you just gonna keep on trucking until? Because I know people you supposedly retired twice, but there's a little contradiction to that story. Was there a backup plan in place, or you were just
So I always say, man, the fun part is there's been no plan B. Cautionary tale indeed, man. I put all of my eggs in this basket. And the thing is, I feel good about it now because I can take care of things, but I put all my eggs in this basket, and so did the people around me. Like the people who were helping me and supporting me. I convinced them to put their eggs in this basket too. So there has been no plan B. Like part of the reason why I really couldn't stay retired, I'm like, what do I do now? Like I spent 10 plus years training full time.
Yeah.
I started training full time 10 years ago. So I'm like, I just gave up from 20 to like 20 something to 30 for my work experience. I gave up building a resume. I'm like, bro, I've just been fighting. So what do I do if this fails? Which is one of those reasons why I'm like, I'll never recommend put all to do that, but it's one of those things to where I either have the option to succeed or starve. So it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, but I bet on myself on that one. Like, if I can't do it, then I'll starve. It's fine, but I'm not going to give myself a way out.
I tell you what, I'm a big fan of that. Like, I mean, we took a gamble with this show 5 years ago, and this is our job now. It's kind of fucking weird. And a lot of people, they just said, you're retarded.
I get that a lot. I get that a lot. They're like,
he's not lying.
Like, yeah.
Why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? And listen, I mean, I'm a firm believer that if you believe in yourself, you legit could do anything. But then there's that line, right? Like, where is delusion? And there was a point where I was like,
that's what it is. That's the line. You start to question yourself. Like, I believe, but is this realistic? Like, is this? And like, I think for me, it hit when I won on Contenders and didn't get signed. Yeah. And it was the biggest blow. It was the biggest disappointment I felt my entire life. I just saw that. I can kickflip. I haven't done it in a while. I had to give up skating about 4 or 5 years ago. I was showing up to the fucking practice messed up, and my coach is like, look, you got to skate or fight, pick one. So I had to give up skating. I probably can, but like it's been a while.
So
the message caught me.
Oh, no, so skateboarding, yeah, I remember you saying that, I think it was on ARIEL, that you were like big into skating and stuff like that.
Yeah, I loved it. I got a few years ago, I had to give it up because I literally was showing up to the practice like scraped up, missing skin, like fingers all jacked up, ankle jacked up, and the coach like, you really got to pick one or the other, man. What are you gonna do? So it's the last time I sold my deck, everything, took it apart, like broke it down, gave my trucks away, and I haven't skated since.
I wanted to ask you. I did notice because I caught your interview with ARIEL. One thing I want to ask. A couple of things I want to ask. But did ARIEL push you off the show quick, or was it me? I'm like, what? It was like 15 minutes, and he's like, okay, time for Sean O'Malley and Jake Paul. I was like, wait, where's my boy Chris? Like,
it's totally. He's got his show thing going on. I'm not complaining. Dude, I've been doing interviews since the fight, so I wasn't really complaining. And like he texted me, man. He's like, we're gonna go fast today. He's got like the Jake Paul thing going on. So he met before, and Ariel's cool. He's really cool. I was just like, yeah, I'm not complaining.
That's cool.
I was doing interviews for like since the fight was over, so I was just exhausted. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I always wondered if he like gave you a heads up. Hey,
he's like, he's gonna run through fast. I'm like, great, man, because I did the longer interview last time. We covered a lot of stuff, so he's just checking in on me, like, which is kind of cool. He said, "You just come on and talk for a minute." I'm like, yeah, perfect.
Well, there you go. Okay, that question's answered. Now the next question is the Maki Pitolo. You said you were familiar with this guy. He's a friend of yours. And
he's my teammate. Yeah.
I'm trying to jog my memory. Were you in his corner when he was in the Contender Series?
No. I met Maki out here not too long. Last year. It was after I met him after his Contender Series fight. But he trains at Extreme. And dude's like one of the greatest dudes ever, man. He's such a good dude. One of the nicest humans you'll ever meet. The guy works his ass off, and like he's improved so much like in the last like year. And that's the thing. That's why I took it so personally. So just like, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. No.
Yeah, it was weird because this guy.
There he is.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw him up here. I wanted to give him a shout out because a couple of things. One, I'm very bitter towards him because he beat up my friend Justin Sumter in the Contender Series. I was very upset about this, and I was like, was Chris in his corner? But
no, he beats me up too, so don't feel bad. There are days where I'm just like, ugh, what a rough day.
He's got hands though, this kid, right?
Dude, so I started like when we first started training together, I feel like I was beating the hell out of Maki, and then he just leveled up, and it got to the point where like a few months ago I had to go to coaches and like Maki's kicking the shit out of me. What am I doing wrong?
Wow.
And I had to like he put the work in to where like he was kicking the shit out of me for a while. So I for real I got mad and called the coaches. Like, we need to fix this. Like, this isn't acceptable. He's beating the hell out of me. Like, what am I doing wrong? So he's gotten so much better in like a short time. So I mean, that's why I took it so personally. I'm like, no, like he's looked so good. He's performed so well. I'm just like, it kills me.
So interesting that you call out his opponent. I mean, Maki's record does not speak for how good he is. Like, and you back that up with what you say.
He's learning. He's a guy who's learning on the job. Like, you know, he's not. He didn't have a ton of fights when he got in here, and you know, moved from Hawaii and all that. So he came from a very limited pool, and then he gets out here, and now you know he's learning on the job, and he's gotten better and better and better. But I think one of the downsides for Contender Series is that a lot of these guys get in with 7-8 fights, and now you have to learn on the job in the UFC. And like, I think it's just, you know, it's one of those things where I think sometimes it takes longer for people to get comfortable and kind of figure out who they are as fighters. So I think it's just one of those things, you know, he had to get all on the job experience. So now when you're getting all experience with like a roster full of killers, it's a bit tougher if you slip.
Sure. And now the action man signal has been up in the air. You have been called, and now you're saying that you have interest in fighting Dusko. Is that someone that's on your radar now?
Yeah, I'm just petty. Like, I just want to get that one back. Yeah, it's honestly just petty. Like, you beat my friend, and I have like the mentality of a 6th grader. So you beat my friend, like, well, now you got to fight me. Like, all right, so I just want to get that back, man. I feel like I beat Dusko. It kind of like we as a team know that it validates it, because like, you know, there are days when Maki has like, there are days when I've beaten Maki, and there are days when Maki gets completely curb stomped me. So like, if I can go do it, and that, you know, in my eyes at least, that means that like Maki can do it too. It's just, you know, once, like I said, he just needs more seasoning is all to, like, you know, let him get comfortable. So maybe it doesn't make sense. People are like, that logic doesn't make sense at all. I'm like, you know, it doesn't have to. I've already said it. I called him out, so now it's out there in the world. Like,
it's just.
It's pettiness doesn't have to make sense. King Petty does not need to make sense when I say or do things. I just, you know, I'm a creature of as I try to be wise, I'm very much so a creature of emotion. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fight that guy now. I'm like, call out a top 15 guy. I'm like, no, I want that guy. Like, it's think about your career. I'm like, okay, but I want to fight that guy because I'm angry. So I mean, I am who I am. I don't apologize.
Sure, and there's something infectious about that. I mean, I think that's why this buzz about you, like everyone is I mean, why change it? It's working. You're taking fights on short notice, knocking people out. It's like this Cinderella story over here. You might as well just go with your gut instead of your head, right?
Yeah, you know what? It's I'm not a guy who's out here like looking to have people like, you're 3 or 4 fights away from the title. I'm like, if I get a title shot, cool, because they pay you a bunch, but like, I'm not hunting it right now. I'm 34, man. I just want to fight. I just want to fight. I want to have really good fights. When I was younger, 10 years ago, I definitely would have been like, you know, get in here, try to make a title run. But you know, your perspective changes as you get older. So now I'm kind of torn between, I really just want to make a lot of money, and I really just want to have a bunch of awesome fights. Like, if a title shot creeps in there or something like that, it's cool. But like, for right now, my just focus is, I'm here. I spent a lot of time working to get here. I just want to beat people up. I want people to say he's good. I want to put on awesome fights and just get paid. And like, if a title shot happens somewhere, you know, before I'm done with this, then cool. If not, it's fine. It's not, you know, not everybody becomes a champion. It's fine. I don't need that. I don't need that as validation in my life anymore. I made my door in here. I got my foot in the door. I'm here. As long as I can make sure that I'm remembered, I'm happy.
Sure. And it's funny that you say that. You know, as long as you could be remembered. You know, like, this is, I think legacy is something human beings are drawn to. You know, like, there are people that get stuck at the 9-to-5s and they do their thing. Their legacy is their family or whatever it is. But I feel like every human being has that thing that they want to leave something on this planet. And you, a UFC fighter, or a superhero, which one is it?
Just everything, man. Just do it all. Like, I'm telling you, man, people laugh, but one of the things I always watch on fight day is like a lot of the scenes from the movie Brad Pitt movie Troy, of all things. But like, Achilles in that movie is pretty much, you know, like, what I remind myself, I just want to be remembered. Like, I want to be remembered, not just be remembered. I want to be remembered for being great at something. And like, you know, Achilles, like, I want to be remembered as the greatest warrior who's ever lived. I just want to be remembered for being great at something. And that's like, cool. For me, that's all it is at this point. I want to be remembered for being great.
I love that, man. I really do. I'd say that to Jesse, even though like you're in the fucking UFC. So that's like, I mean, that is the mecca right there. The
you would think
point.
so. The internet still thinks I suck. Half the internet's still like lucky for lucky off the first one. Then I beat Alan. Like he's still lucky. I'm like, okay, guys, like it's fine.
That's why. And William Knight, I got to talk to William Knight about that too. The dude's being doubted. It's like, what more do you guys have to prove? Does that put a chip on your shoulder, or does that piss you off?
Initially, there's a chip on my shoulder going into this one because they're like, oh, the Hobbs fight was love. I was like, all right, I'm pretty sure this is the plan we talked about before that fight. Fine. So, you go out there, we do this one better. We do everything right. Didn't make any mistakes in this fight. And they're like, oh, you're still lucky. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. One of my best friends back home is religious. He always tells me, like, bro, even Jesus couldn't convince them all. And I was like, you know what? That's actually a good, it's a good saying. Like, yeah, even Jesus Christ couldn't convince them all. I'm like, fuck, all right, yeah, that's a cool way to look at it, I guess. Like, yeah. So now just let them hate, man. It's fine. Like, people out there, I got enough people who see it and recognize, like, it was a great performance. Everything went smooth. So there's always going to be some asshole that hates you. That's fine. Like, as long as my check clears, it's totally okay.
And how did you, Ellie? You got a lot to say, huh? How did you, Ellie? You want to say hi to Chris?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep her quiet. She kept screaming over there, so I'm trying to like keep her quiet during her interview.
Shoot, hey, dude, I scream all the time. We're screaming. Hey, what's up?
Ellie, so we're bringing your kid to work day, and she's gonna take over the job in hopes, right?
Dude, hey, just let her come over. Hey, what's up? Ask the hard questions. Like, where's my baba? You're like, oh yeah, okay.
I promise this won't be every time. I promise.
See, Ariel doesn't bring a kid on his show, for God's sakes. See, that's what he needs, a little kid on his show.
Yes. Double the ratings.
Yeah. The cuteness, right? Hit the like button. So any weird stuff in your DMs this second time around? Anything getting crazier from fans?
I get a lot of Irish fans apparently. A lot of Irish and like Australian fans. The UK in general love me. Get a lot of betting slips. Those are cool. But then there's like a lot of people like Russians. Russians are the weirdest fans ever because 50% of them are freaking like I'm pretty sure if I went to war right now for whatever reason, I have like 10,000 Russians who would go fight with me. They're just down. They're like, oh, you did good, brother. What's going? They will ride with you. There's like a small subset who are like, I'm being chased by the government and I owe loan sharks money. And can you give me money? I'm like, what? Why? Like, one guy was like, I bet. One guy just told me he bet. No, he's a guy from Pakistan actually. He told me he bet. He lost money on me both fights. He bet his grad school money, his tuition, and I lost it. And he asked me to pay it. And I'm like, why would I? You bet against me, sir. Like, so that was probably one of the weirder ones. And then just the love from Russia is absolutely amazing because they are ready to go. Like, Russia and Ireland will go fight for me, which is absolutely hilarious because they are about it. And they are massive fans, so that's been really fun to see.
That's funny. So there's a friend of ours, Felony Charles Bennett. Have you heard of this guy? He used to be cool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's a legend in his own right.
He'll always be Crazy Horse to me.
You can't say that. Oh my God, he said it, Jesse.
Oh wait, wait. Oh no.
Felony, I'm sorry.
Is it copyrighted?
He does not like when people say that. It's like Beetlejuice.
He's literally hung up on interviews before for the interviewer calling him that name.
He hates it.
What happened?
I don't know.
We have our theories.
I never had the nerve to ask, honestly.
We have asked, but he kind of dances around it. Yeah, he's got his thing going on where it's the forbidden name. But the reason why I bring him up,
shit, I can't say it 2 more times. Then all right,
he will appear and eat us.
I look at his Beetlejuice now. I can't really. I got 2. Okay, as long as it's not 3 in a row, it's fine. Felony. Yeah. Oh.
He's like Candyman, Bloody Mary, Felony.
Oh, right, yeah.
He has a following in Russia that is just bonkers, like absolute. So the fan base must be super hardcore over there. And now you're tasting it, huh?
It's really funny, man. They are just about that life. Like Russians and the Irish are just very violent, fight happy people, and I absolutely love it.
The Irish are funny too. Like anytime I've gone to a Conor McGregor event, I'm next thing you know, I'm in the street olaying, like going nuts. I got a really drunk Instagram call from women who are partying with, like Irish women who are partying with Tommy Fury. They call me like, good job, and I'm like,
why are you with Tyson Fury right now? And he was like, yeah. They're just like drunk and screaming, good job. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, all right, thanks. And like, yeah, it's drunk Tyson Fury party, and they're like called, like, yeah. He's in the background doing Tyson Fury things. I'm like, well, that's strange. I appreciate it, but that's strange.
There's something about the Irish fan that is just, to me, is different than the only one that I could honestly equate might be Russian fans, because they're very, diehard, very passionate to their fighter. But Irish fans, you don't really see anything like it, because they're there to drink, have fun, and root on their fighter. They're not there to like start a bunch of shit.
I am kind of upset I wasn't Irish. It's like, oh man, I get the Irish love. I'm like, man, I missed out on that one. Thanks, Mom. But holy hell, man, they're awesome. Like, they're a freaking great fan.
That's cool that they're backing you too. Is there like one person that stands out? Is there like a celebrity that stood out that you're like, holy shit, I'm getting messaged by this person besides us?
Yeah, besides you guys. I got followed by Joe Rogan on Instagram. That was interesting. I was like, oh, all right, kind of cool flex. Everybody's like, don't follow him back. It's a big flex. I'm not trying to flex on Joe Rogan. Like, I am not trying to flex on Joe Rogan. We're not doing that. Like, yeah.
Don't follow him. That's actually really funny.
That was cool though, man. Like, Joe Rogan follows me, so that was kind of funny for me.
All right, so the next question: does he follow Sean Strickland?
Sean Strickland's been banned from Instagram, so we don't know.
Oh, what? I thought he was still there. He's not there anymore?
No, he's been banned from Instagram. I don't know how long.
When did this happen?
Well, not too long ago. Wasn't he threatening to kill Luke Rockhold? Was that what it was? Or
no. It's, oh god, I don't even want to. Is there such thing as inappropriate for the show?
No.
I don't know,
Are you kidding me?
We have a baby, but don't let that fool you.
No, it was in relation to like the Rittenhouse trial. He's like, about killing pedophiles, and he's like, I'm just like, there's certain things you can't just go say, like Sean. It's, he's like, oh, what's wrong with killing pedophiles? He's like, pedophiles? I'm like, no, man, but there are like rules of service to like these platforms, and he just goes off by a rant about killing pedophiles, and Instagram banned him again. There's like a second ban in like 2 months, so like he's just.
I am so sorry, because as you were saying that, someone in the chat says show your schlong, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
and immediately Moss was thinking about how big your schlong might be.
Could you imagine if he just whips his dick? That was the weirdest.
You know what? We would all. This would be demonetized, and yeah, everything goes bad.
Please don't. But
yeah, it's be demonetized immediately. I know the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not. So Sean's
wait for my OnlyFans, guys.
Have people slid into your DMs like trying to get in the sack with you and stuff like that?
It's just fucked up. We had this talk yesterday. Man, it's all dudes like in my DMs talking about fight stuff. There are no women. I'm like, all right, it's just all guys. I'm like,
I feel
apparently the trick is get the blue check mark, the women come. So I'm waiting for my verification.
I feel that men have these bizarre insecurities with like other men who might be superior to them, and they start making these comments and these weird like bizarro accusations and shit like that. I believe that that's why, because like you'd see any fighter, anyone who's kind of in the public realm gets comments, but it's not by women, it's by men.
My I can show you. My DM is like all dudes. I'm dead serious. It's literally all dudes.
It's like an insecurity.
That's funny.
I was low key disappointed. Like, all right, like that's.
Where's the titties?
Bro, none. I've seen not a single pair of titties. I'm like, this is unfortunate.
Well, you gotta lose.
Yeah, bro, it's like all. Don't know if you can see that. Like all. What was that? Like all dudes. All dudes. Half of them are Russians.
Oh, it's funny. Hold on.
Can we maximize this screen?
Yeah, hold on. I want to maximize the screen here.
Let's get some usernames here.
Right, hold on a second. Wait, what am I doing here?
They're great, man. They're like posting stuff and like
let's blow them up.
They're fucking awesome, bro. Like all these dudes are. What's up, guys? All these dudes are awesome. Like kick ass, you did great. Blah blah blah. They're fucking awesome. Like they're phenomenal. But I'm like, where are the women?
Maybe it's with MMA, but then again, there's a lot of female MMA fans.
No, it is MMA, because even though there are female fans, we've seen it with our own audience. We have 7.5% female demographic with our own audience. Yeah. So I think, yes, there are female fans, but I'm sure you've seen how the MMA community interacts with one another. They're not nice people.
It's if the MMA community is a bro, like it's a lot of bros.
It's a bromance, and I got
bros. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. But I'm like, damn it. Everybody's like, nah, man. If we get the blue check mark, that's when the women come. So I'm like, all right, I just gotta wait for them to verify me. So we're waiting.
Well,
so
yeah.
if I get verified, there aren't chicks in my DM, I'm gonna be furious.
What's up with that? Why haven't they verified you yet?
Apparently, they just said they've been taking a long time right now. Like, they've been trying to get a bunch of people verified. It's been taking forever. So for Twitter and Instagram, so it's been put in like twice. We're just waiting. So
that's got to be
get that check mark. If I don't start getting love and boobies, I'll be furious.
That might be as cool as getting the UFC contract. A blue check mark next to your name.
All right, Chris,
is pretty impressive.
Your next agenda is to get the MMA holes verified.
Yeah, we would like that too. Tell your people to call us.
All right, well, we'll do that. It's clearly worked for me so far.
We got
to sit over here, check markless and unloved.
That's wild, though. You would think instantly. So I guess it's a Twitter thing, then, right?
It's Instagram too. It's just this weird like process. They have to like verify stuff. They have to send in an application. It's just.
Yeah.
It's been done. They're just like it's taking a really long time right now. So I don't know if the world suddenly got famous or what's going on, but like it's been taking a minute.
You have some MMA media members with 100 followers with a check mark, and you don't have Chris Curtis, the action man. Like, how does this work?
Yeah, man. The internet hates me. I don't say that lightly. Like I'm pretty sure the internet hates me.
It would be really funny though if you get that when you do get that check mark. There's just tits all over your DMs. Like it's just nonstop breasts.
You know, I just want just nonstop like boobies in there. Like just, I don't need to respond. I just want to know that I'm loved.
Has anyone sent you a dick pic? Has anyone done that yet?
No, thankfully, no. Because that happened to Jordan Levitt. He's just like, yep, got dick pics right away. And I was like, all right, well, that's strange.
Wait, Jordan Levitt, that's the split guy, right?
Yeah, the guy who dances.
He got dick pics right away. He's like, all right, my wife found that really funny. Because the greatest thing was, so Jordan's not gay. He's married, just had a daughter. And the greatest thing was like, everybody thought he was gay.
I gotta be honest. I have a gay brother. I thought he was gay. Like,
it's a running joke. It's a running joke. But when the internet found out he wasn't gay, they were furious. They were like, you lied to us. You misled us. He's like, no, I didn't.
What?
He's like a nice little woman boy. He's like, I'm not gay. I didn't do anything. It's just how I am. He's like, he's what happens when the theater kid can fight. That's exactly what happens when the theater kid in school can fight. It's exactly what happened. So he's still dealing with it.
Hold on, Chris. We have a donation that just slipped in here. It's from D-Rest.
They got the letter.
D-Rest says they got the letter. Did D-Rest just message Twitter for him? Is that he's our local hitman of the community over here?
Oh, for Chris Curtis?
I think he put in a good word. Their heads might be on the stick, but
you know what? Thank you. So I'm like, so no one's helping me on this. I'm just hearing wait. So thank you, D-Rest, for being proactive and handling this.
Yeah, if you need anyone to pull through, D-Rest is the guy.
Yeah, he
That's
definitely.
For sure.
Someone's hanging upside down somewhere now.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I ain't see nothing at all, man. I don't know that guy, but good work.
We're live with Chris Curtis. I want to get some comments from the chat room, and I appreciate you coming back on.
Ignoring you guys. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to do two things.
Well, it's not like Ariel. Ariel's got a gazillion people in the chat. We got a nice, comfortable group over here. Great people. What do you have for Chris, the action man Curtis, in the chat? Let us know. Now's your time.
D-Rest is the new Joe Pesci.
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
That dude just dropped a $500 donation on Wednesday.
Don't worry about it.
Out of nowhere, just this guy. I don't know what. I love him. Great guy.
Whoa! We don't question D-Rest's business. It's just he does what he does.
All right, let's see. What do we got here in the chat? Ariel's just, no, come on, stop it. I'm happy with a good hole in a tree. Okay, thank you. Favorite porn star? Who would you go to? I mean, you're spoken for now, right?
It's up there, but I'm a huge fan of I've got like a few. I was a Riley Reid kind of guy, but now I've kind of like gotten to I just discovered Honey Gold, who's like, oh, okay, like, you're kind of cute, so he goes over there. But there's Riley Reid before that. It's Honey Gold. There's what the hell's her name? Man, I can't remember the other one. Like I'm having a brain freeze here. But yeah, we bounce around. I search for new talent, keep it interesting.
You got to spice it up, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you shoot guns?
I do. I haven't in a while, but I haven't shot in a while. But Sean Strickland and I were just talking about going out and shooting this weekend. So we were going to last weekend, but like yeah, we'll do it after the fight. Then I woke up like, bro, I'm not going anywhere. So we may go shoot this weekend. I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't shot anything in a while. But maybe go out in the desert and just start shooting and get some practice in.
Maybe I'm I'm crazy, but Sean Strickland with guns scares me. I don't know. Is that maybe does it neutralize him when he has a gun, or is it amplified?
So, sadly, he's actually more responsible when he's armed.
Okay.
Because
All right, I feel better.
Sean's deeply concerned about going to prison, so he's actually a very responsible gun owner, which is not what I expected. Like, yeah.
I have someone in the chat says, which up and coming prospect are you gonna upset next? Is it Dusko? Is that the guy?
Is Dusko a prospect? Realistically, I know like 4 people in this division because I trained with them. I was never supposed to be in this division. Me being a middleweight's like a joke that got too far out of hand. Like, I was never supposed to be here for long. So I have no idea who's in this division besides, like, I know Maki, Brad Tavares, Sean Strickland, Puna Soriano, and I think that's, just like another one I'm missing right now. And Roman Belize. Those are guys I train with. Everyone else, I have no idea who's in this division besides like Derek Brunson and Izzy.
You know, someone threw in the chat Kevin Holland, who's going down to 170.
Oh, come on.
But he's a guy that, you know, middleweight 170, he's kind of not sure where he's going. What about a guy like Kevin Holland?
I've trained with Kevin before. I mean, wouldn't be opposed to fighting him. It's whatever. Kevin and I have trained together before. I like Kevin. He's a good dude. I think he's dropping down to 70 now, so I'll probably hang out there for a while. I know he had trouble making 70 before, so I doubt he'll bounce back and forth because, like, you know, 85 got cut a little bit less weight, which means he'll never get back to 70. He's one of those guys like KHAMZAT, who I don't know how KHAMZAT makes 170. Oh my God.
Yeah, you were saying the last time, he's an animal. He's huge, right?
The strongest human. He's one of the 2 strongest people I've ever met. I'm just like, I don't understand. Him and Sean Strickland are just ridiculous, like absolutely insane. I'm just like, you guys can fight it out. I don't want any part of it.
I'd like to get your predictions here. UFC 269's coming on Saturday. Are you going to be watching the fights? Do you check the fights?
I can now. I made a vow to myself I wouldn't watch fights until I got signed, and then I got signed. Okay, well, I guess I can watch fights. So, yeah, I will be watching.
So are you going to get the friends together, the family? You're going to gather around the pay-per-view and just enjoy the fights? That's how it's going?
I'll watch them somewhere. I have no idea. There's no actual plan in place. I definitely procrastinate until the very last minute. Like, I don't really plan at all. So I'll figure it out somewhere, but I will watch it. I'll find somewhere to watch it.
How about I propose something to you one of these days? We're in Arizona. We do Fight Buddies. We react to all the UFC fights and stuff like that. That's actually our bread and butter, doing reactions. If you're in the AZ area, would you be down to do a Fight Buddies with the MMA-Holes?
Oh, hell yeah. My manager Lance is actually in Arizona all the time for other shows and whatnot. So I will tag along sometime. It's a good show, a good fight card, and we will do one. I am down.
Oh, that would be awesome. You would be...
So long as you feed me.
Oh, we'll feed you, all right. That's for sure.
That's all I ask.
Do you like chips, right? No.
Free food is good food.
You must eat a lot, by the way. I mean, you're a pretty muscular guy. I mean, how do you maintain that physique with food?
Hilariously, I don't eat nearly as much as I should. Like, so with the UFC at the PI, they feed you and they do your meal plans, and they went over what I'm eating. They're like, "How are you alive?" Like, I don't eat nearly as much as I should.
Really?
I really don't. So like now, I went from eating like, especially at welterweight, I was eating like maybe 800 calories a day to make 170.
Wow.
For 85, they've got me on like 2,500, sometimes 3,000 calories a day. So definitely eating more now than I used to. But yeah, 800 calories a day was miserable.
Wow, I bet. 185's got to be a treat for you, huh?
I made some delicious steak tacos today, so I got you covered.
She's actually pretty good.
Thank you. Chips.
Yes, your belly will be hurting. She's actually a very good cook. Thank God. And
see, you're wonderful. I'm down. I'm definitely down. Yeah, 185 is wonderful.
Do you cook?
Yeah, I'm actually not bad at all. I've been cooking since I was little. I enjoy cooking, so it's not bad. But now I don't cook anymore because the PI makes all of my food, so I don't have to cook or clean or do dishes. So yeah, I just order from my phone what I want and go pick it up.
Wait, hold on. So even if you're not in a fight camp, they'll do that, or it's just a fight camp?
Yeah, no, it's as a UFC fighter, you can literally order all. There's an app on my phone.
What?
So I can order. They have the menu. They have like specials for the day, or you can like make your own meals. I order my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner, and I just go pick it up from the UFC.
That's amazing. So a lot of fighters are complaining because you don't get health insurance though, right?
It's like a yes and no thing. Like if you get injured during camp at all, then it's pretty much like taken care of. Like it's whatever. So once they announce your fight, if you get injured, like it's anything that happens, the UFC will cover you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, if it's during camp, but outside of that, it's kind of you got to fend for yourself. But
I think so. I've never really asked. I don't know the health plan. That wasn't my main concern when I got here. Like I should probably ask someone the exact rules.
we had a couple of guys on that did say that they wish that the health insurance was there. But if you're saying that they're covering your food, I mean that could get pretty costly. So you could just order and that's that. That's pretty wild.
You know, I haven't. You know how much money I save on food now? Like, oh my, I don't pay for anything. I'm just like, this is my food for the day.
That's amazing.
Like, you know, in camp when you're ordering stuff, your dietitian can kind of override what you're ordering. Like, stop being a jackass. Like, go eat a salad. But so I'm just like, I don't have to worry about anything. It's great. Like, I don't have to worry about food. Like, yeah, it's wonderful. I maintain my diet pretty easy, and I think. It's freaking great.
I got to get in the UFC, Jesse. I'm 44. Do I still have a chance, Jess? I want the food.
Yes.
Dude, right. People were like, why are you so obsessed? I was like, bro, you know how much money am I going to save not eating? Like, not having to eat anywhere? This is great.
That's amazing. The bonus, the food. I mean, how happy when you found out that you got the bonus, where were you when you found out?
I was home. We fought. I went back to the hotel, changed, and I lived 5 minutes. I literally live a 5-minute drive from the Apex. I can run there in probably 10 minutes. So came home. We're sitting here talking. Like, yeah, I got the call. Like, hey, you bonus. We're like, woo, we beat poverty.
That's amazing, man. I'm so happy for you.
Beat poverty in 6 weeks. It's great.
I'm really. I was always a fan. And that weird Instagram call, like the butt dial that happened, and we had that weird conversation. I mean, I'm so glad that happened because I was always a fan of you.
Just think, he wouldn't be sitting here right now if that didn't happen.
I know, that's fun. Well, I probably still would have creeped on him.
Praise be to butt calls, you know? Like, no, it worked out wonderfully. Like, yeah, it worked out great.
Yeah, but
I love you guys. I love being on here. I love talking to you guys. So it worked out well.
I appreciate it, man.
Butt calls make best friends.
It does.
Yes, butt buddies. We're butt buddies now.
Wait, I don't know.
No, I didn't say that.
I wouldn't say butt buddies. That's
no, it's not me. That's William Knight. He must be on the other line. Chris, I really appreciate.
Have you seen his arms?
In person, yes. And I
am walking around like we're at the weigh-ins. I'm looking at him like you look cartoonish. Like him and Francis Ngannou look fake to me. Like I know they're real, and I see them, but they look fake. I'm like you look like a little kid drew a picture, and like when you were in elementary school drawing superheroes. That's William Knight and Francis Ngannou. So yeah, just don't look real. Yeah.
It's so crazy, and even in seeing him when he was fighting in CES and Premier FC back in the day, he was a big guy, but now he doesn't. He looks CGI. He does.
I would be fucking pissed if I'm at CES on a regional scene. Now you're fighting that guy. I'm like, what?
He was fighting heavyweights. I was like, what is going on? Crazy stuff, man.
Popeye over here. I'd be furious.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever fight on a card with that guy?
I don't think I did. I don't think I ever got to, no.
Oh, I see in the chat, and we have been trying to get a UFC fighter to shout us out in the UFC. Chris, are you going to be that guy? Are you going to shout out the MMA holes? Can we do this?
Oh, next time at that media table, we'll do it.
Oh, let's go! Come on!
Wait, will you though? Because everyone says they will, and then nobody does it. So will you?
Like, I will because I'm not supposed to be. What are you gonna get mad at me? I'm not supposed to be here anyway, so it's fine. Like yeah, like.
Okay,
yeah, have you seen
I'm
my
literally
post-fight
holding
stuff?
you to that.
Like my post-fight media room stuff. I'm just talking. Like yeah, they're just like, what are you doing up here? Like, yeah. Fuck it, it doesn't bother me.
Right,
yes.
I'm holding you to that then. And if you don't, I will weigh into you like there is no tomorrow.
Yeah, she'll slide.
I will turn into a UFC fighter.
If they wouldn't find me, I'd wear a shirt, but they would find the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that.
We've had so many people promise on this show, and it's like it's become the running joke now.
Yeah, I got you. I'll say it. Blah, blah.
No, do you see the last one? I'm naming YouTubers who were shit talking me. I am about that. So if I'll name the people who shit talking me, I'll definitely name the people who I get along with. So yeah, it's fine.
Chris, you're the man. You're my favorite fighter until William Knight comes on, because then I have to pretend I'm in love with William Knight. But listen, I love.
If I had arms like that, I'd expect you to be nice to me too. Just fuck that.
Chris, I really appreciate you coming back on the show. Whenever you want, come back on. When your next fight is going down, we'd love to talk to you again. We're Team Action Man. All right.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks again, Chris, and good luck in the future, man. Ellie, say goodbye.
Bye, Ellie.
All right, Chris, be good. There he is, the Action Man, live on the MMA-Holes. Let's go, baby.
Oh, super chat.
JB.
Butt buddies.
Yes, we are butt buddies. Yes. All right. I'm going to catch up on a couple of donos here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Chris Curtis coming on. I have to switch over to Zoom now.
Chris Curtis would be the real
Super
MVP
chat.
if he does that, Moss.
Wolfenstein.
Curtis, man, so good to see you. Love from Philippines.
Yo, the Philippines, and I don't know, maybe he's still watching. He had the chat on the side. Chris is one of the good guys. Seriously, big fan of Chris Curtis.
Really is. All kidding and shit aside, like, he really is a really genuine dude. I honestly think out of all the people that we interview, and we've interviewed a lot.
Be careful what you say. We have a guest coming on.
No, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody else. All I'm saying is I think he's one of the most genuine.
Good guy.
It does seem like he is one of the most genuine because I don't know. He's just, there's something about him that's easy to talk to. He's fun. He's got a good sense of humor. Yeah, I think that he's a good guy to have as a friend of the show.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start up the Zoom system over here, and we're going to get our buddy William Knight, another good person over here that we've had on many of times from the regional scene all the way up to the UFC. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back, friends. So hang in there, and we'll come back with William Knight.
Wonderful.
All right, friends. Just trying to get this Zoom going here. We're going to bring William Knight on the show, and let's get it popping over here. This is the first time we're adding Zoom on, so give me a second. Let's give this to William. Now, I am very excited to talk to William Knight. I am very, very excited to talk to our friend William. He's one of the good guys out there, along with Chris Curtis and some of the other guys we've had on the show. We've known William for 5 years. We've known him since we've started the MMA-Holes Live. He was one of the first pro fighters we've ever had on the show, and we've seen him from Premier FC work his way up to the UFC, the Contender Series, and it has been such a fun, as a fan, it's been such a fun ride to be on with William Knight. So looking very much forward to catching up with him. We've had him on the show multiple times. He's not one to really do interviews, but we are lucky enough to get him back on over here. So I'm looking forward to catching up with him. I will just follow up here. I'll put the eagle has landed.
Holy guacamole, that kid's getting heavy, guys. I remember when she was only 6 pounds and I could carry her with one hand. That is a heavy kid.
Okay, there we go.
Quite heavy.
All right, so we'll get William on the horn here. And, yeah, it's going to be good catching up. He had a fight against Menefield, which was an interesting 3-round fight. have a lot of questions about that thing because Menafield was a guy a lot of people were picking, not the MMA-Holes, not us, baby. We were money on the line, the whole deal with Curtis and Knight, and we said, nah, we got this. And William Knight proved us correct as he got the unanimous decision over Menafield. And what do you think, Jesse? I mean, this fight reminded me of some sort of monster.
Loved it.
It was like a Godzilla movie, man. It was crazy, just rumbling in muscles and the whole deal. It was absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. Well, William got his hand raised. Menafield tried to hold him against the fence, tried to slow everything down, but William said, "Nope, not on my watch." Knight looked like Mr. Olympia. Stop fat shaming the baby. What the fuck? Blackzilla? Blackzilla. William Knight, wonderful. Can you say I'm an MMA hole? We'll find out about that. How about Chris saying he's going to shout us out?
We should start making all the guests say, my name is, and I'm an MMA hole.
We used to do that.
Yeah, we should start
we
having
used to
them
do
do
that.
that again.
But we stopped a lot of things, to be honest.
Yeah, what the heck, Moss?
I don't know. What are we thinking? Why are we
You're
stopping?
so handsome.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Yeah.
You're handsome too. You're very handsome.
Is handsome usable for a female?
Yeah, we're both handsome. We're handsome people.
I am a handsome person.
I paid Jesse to lie to me. It's great. By the way, I'm having this tea. What's this tea called? Turmeric tea. I thought it was chamomile, and then I took a sip. I almost spit it all over the kitchen.
He's trying turmeric for the first time. I told him how beneficial it
cold.
was for him. It's good for your brain, your heart, your inflammation. And it's probably good for your gastritis, too, because gastritis is inflammation.
Yes.
It reduces inflammation. So it'll probably help your gastritis.
I'm hoping it does.
Yeah. And it's got ginger in it, so it'll help your stomach.
It did, like you said, it increases brain function.
Yeah, no, it stimulates the neurons in your brain, and it prevents Alzheimer's.
I feel very stimulated. My neurons are through the roof right now, stimulated as can be.
Turmeric, someone told me about it a couple shows ago, and I was like, let me do some research on this turmeric. And I did a lot of research. Now I'm taking turmeric pills, and I've got turmeric tea.
It's growing on.
It's a game changer.
It's a terrible taste.
It does not taste good, but
you want to try it?
I had some earlier.
Oof.
It doesn't taste good, but if you add a little honey to it, it makes it a little more tolerable.
I think I could get used to it. As long as I know the benefits are good, I'll pretty much.
It's so good for you in so many ways.
At this stage of the game, I gotta do all the healthy things I could possibly do. Yeah, so we're trying to get William Knight on here. We sent him a link, and we're gonna get him in via Zoom, and we're gonna. I think I'm gonna sway over to Zoom. I'm gonna give that a go, and see how that works, instead of doing Skype. We'll see how this works tonight. I put turmeric in my shots of whiskey. Do you really? In shot doesn't that counterbalance? Maybe, I don't know. UFC
Ask William Knight. I bet William Knight knows about turmeric.
He probably. Well, I mean, if anyone knows about health, it's him. UFC 269. You're still picking Oliveira?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So the question is this: when we place our MyBookie bet, Oliveira is the champ, and he is the underdog. So should we go with your gut or my gut here? I mean, I've been on fire.
My gut, of course.
But I've been on fire with my picks and my betting. I've been on fire. I will let you make the executive decision if you feel
He entered the waiting room.
Incredibly confident about this. But we have a gentleman that it looks like has entered our waiting room, and this is very exciting. I'm erect. I'm hard as a rock, and I'm about to. Oh shit! Hold on a second here, friends. There he. Oh my God! Holy shit! He's here. William, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. What's up?
Oh my God, this is an exciting moment. I've been waiting to speak to you again, William, and I'm glad that you took some time out of your day to come back on the show, William.
What's good?
Listen, I am very excited here. Not one, you've won us some money. You and Chris Curtis, you just put money in the bank over here with those wins. How does it feel to not only beat a man's face in, but win some money for some people that love you?
A lot of people sending me like their winnings, man, like DraftKings and stuff. I'm like, damn. Some dude put up $500. I'm like, okay. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I had to reach out and ask you, and you're very confident. You're a confident. I mean, if I look like you, I'd be that confident too. But I mean, you're just going around one-word answers, the whole deal. You got this swag. I mean, you must be on cloud 9 right now. Couple of wins in the UFC. You're just everything's hitting on all cylinders here. The one thing I have to ask you though, there are still people that doubt you. What's wrong with these people?
I mean, there's a set amount of crazies in this world, and I guess they found my page, right?
And I love how you roast them. You spend many of times on social media just going in there and just making them look like assholes. Do you sit and giggle by Facebook or Instagram? I know there's got to be this little ha ha ha, got you now. What's going on behind the scenes?
I mean, I do, but most times that's like, these people are serious. Like, they keep saying stupid shit like, oh, you're on the juice. Oh, you're using. Oh, you're cycling. And I'm like, 90% of the shit you're talking about, I don't even know about. I'm 33, and I know what steroids are. I hear stories. I hear people saying how they use them. I've never actually researched the shit because in the aspect of how I live, if it doesn't affect me, I really don't look it up. And I don't see the need to even educate myself on something I'm not going to use.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I sit here and listen to these dudes. They'd be like, you're cycling. They say gear. I guess gear is another word. They say I'm a juice, steroids. They show like these needles and shit. And I'm just like, on my dead uncle, I'm learning more from them than I actually know from what the shit is. So it's like, I'm being educated. That's why I go back and forth with them, really. They're teaching me as I go back and forth.
And wouldn't it be the biggest compliment in the world? I mean, if someone told me I was on steroids, I would be like, what? This is amazing. Like, or is it just so much overkill that it just drives you nuts?
No, it doesn't drive me nuts anymore. It used to, but my trainer kept telling me, she was like, yo, just take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they're telling you that you're on juice and you're not, just imagine if you were. Then I'd be like, yeah, I hear you. It's just annoying to a sense because I actually work hard. Like, you met me my first fight. Like, you were there. Like, you know everything. You know my startup. You know how hard it took for me to make these weight cuts. You know how hard it is for me to stay in this shape when I'm a natural fat boy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I started this game 300 pounds, and it's like they don't realize the sacrifice I take every fucking day eating the same food every day. Chicken breast, broccoli, and a third cup of rice 5 times a day, every single day at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock every single day. And then I intermediate fast from 9 p.m. to 2 p.m. the next day, every single day. And I run 5 miles every single day. And I have to intake 1 gallon to 2 gallons of water every single day. And that's what the fuck I gotta do. For the past 5 years, I've been doing that shit. I'm like a fucking robot. It's like 25 days of Christmas. So when these dudes say, oh, you're juicing and shit, no, bitch, I just work fucking hard and I stick to a plan. You guys, like, most of these idiots think it's, 2-3 weeks you'll see results. Yo, I plateaued for 6 weeks and I was gonna give up. And then I had to change shit up. I had to do HIIT cardio and stuff like that. And then I started seeing my progression again. The shit's hard, man. It fucks with your head, don't get me wrong. But I don't surround myself with ignorant people, so they know how to deal with my hangry moments when I'm hungry as fuck. They know how to deal with me when I'm weight cutting. They know how to deal with me. And that's really it, man. You need a solid team, man. You need that confidence. But the rest of these fuckers are like, oh, what are you using? The fuck you mean, what am I using? I post every day what I'm eating, man. I post every day what I'm doing. And it shows. And it's like, you don't believe me, then it's cool. 90% of the time I'm playing Marvel on my phone, I'm sleeping, or I'm running. Those are like the main time-consuming things other than me taking care of my kids, man. I got 4 daughters and 1 son. So it's like, why put my health at risk when I have to live for them?
It's kind of bizarre because if you think about it, a lot of the people who make these accusations and the people who are quick to throw shade are usually the people who have tried it themselves and failed, you know, or the people who are too lazy to try at all.
That's
you know?
the second one.
Yeah. So honestly, like when I hear people, you know, make, because I've seen people make those accusations towards other fighters as well. You know, and it's like what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It kind of makes you look like an idiot, really, because you're just showing the world, you're showing the public that you can't do what this other person could do, you know? And I think that's a lot of what they're doing with you is they see that you were successful in building your physique and keeping yourself healthy and fit and ready to go, and they can't do that. So now let's throw shade at you and make all these bizarre accusations in an effort to make you look like the bad guy.
Do they say it to your face, or is this mostly online?
Hell no. No human being has ever said that shit to my face. Nobody. They all keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Even Gordon Ryan, that grappler dude, saying I was on juice. I just seen a news feed with him too. Fucking little doofus. I'm like, wow. Your little grappling ass is getting on me like crazy. That's crazy, man. But it is what it is. I guess it's more exposure for me.
Sure.
I'm over here doing what I gotta do. I'm doing my shit the right way. And these motherfuckers just can't understand, yo, that I work hard, yo.
Yeah.
I wasted 10 years of my life playing video games, eating Chinese food, and doing nothing. I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna gain everything I didn't do in 10 years in a short amount of time. And in 5 years, I'm in the UFC. I'll take that. I didn't know I was gonna be in the UFC, to be honest. I just thought I was gonna fight and just achieve and win belts. And now I'm in the fucking UFC as the number 25 light heavyweight in the world. Like,
has Karen? Have you spoken to Karen at all since you've been in the UFC? From
yeah,
Premier?
she talks to me. She hits me up all the time. Like, she always says some shit to me. Like, since the Basketball Hall of Fame, she will always tell me that, yo, you're gonna be in the UFC one day. Like, I can feel it. The way you talk, how hard you work. Like, yo, you're gonna be there.
Yeah, she believed in you from the very, very beginning. I'll never forget when she reached out. She was like, you got to interview this guy, William Knight. And we were like, who is this guy? And then you came on. You just have this kind of bravado, though. It's kind of weird. Like, you have that it factor, and it's amazing to see it blossom in only freaking 5 years. It's nuts.
Yeah, 2019, man. That 2019, I fought on Contender Series. Then I fought a couple more local fights, and then went back to Contender Series, won again. And then in that same month, made my debut in Abu Dhabi.
There's a gentleman that we've become friendly with. His name is Baby Hulk. Have you heard of this man?
Never in my life.
Okay, let me tell you something, William. You might be related to this guy.
Was that sarcastic, never in my life, or what?
I don't know, but he's the real Hulk. You know, we're talking about Baby Hulk. This guy is in Street Beefs. Street Beefs is an internet, like, YouTube thing. This guy fights, it's like backyard fighting, the whole deal. And Baby Hulk has like 44 million views on this Street Beefs thing. And I think you might have been separated at birth. He has people reaching out to him, telling him that he might be related to you, and is he you? And I'm curious if you ever heard, are you Baby Hulk? Are you the same person here? I'm going to put the thing on the screen. His name is David Wilson. I mean, my God, you look like you're separated at birth. Is this your son? Is this your brother? Like, who is this guy?
No, I don't even know who that is. That's
he'll get a kick out of that. I spoke to him. Like I said, he's an internet guy, a viral guy. He's making his way up the MMA scene, but he built it in the backyard fights. And it's just funny because you guys are just shredded, you know? He's 5 foot tall.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 5 foot tall. He's a grappler as well, got some heavy hands. But you got some heavy hands. My God, you were hitting Menefield. The dude's like, let me hold you against the fence. The guy didn't want to fight you.
Yeah, I thought we were going to bang out. Like, I really thought being light heavyweights, going the distance, if it was a banger, that we would get the performance of the night. And, yeah, one of us kind of ruined that.
You know what I loved about that fight? And it's a shame that you didn't get a fucking bonus. I mean, you just stepping in the cage, you should get a bonus the way you look. But that fight, I think, was a huge win, and for me, because, well, for fans that doubt you, right? Your cardio shined. You were held against the fence for almost 7 freaking minutes, and then at the very end of that fight, you're like, this is like we just got started. You just put the foot on the gas pedal. You went forward, and you were just like, let's fight me, motherfucker. And I think. Yeah. Like, what was going through your head at that moment?
I don't know, like you guys should know. I had the championship belts in like every promotion locally, so I would always train for 5 rounds, and it was always like a pick me up. Like the first 2 rounds is like, okay, getting warmed up. The 3rd round is me feeling out like, all right, I'm getting loose. And then I'm never make it to those rounds. And it's like, I train those rounds, but when I fight, I usually end my fights in the 1st round. So sometimes I go out there and play around a little bit. Like, I don't sleep on Mendenfield, but there was nothing possessive in power. So I come from fighting heavyweights. Remember when I first started, I had to fight in heavyweight before I made 205. So I had 3 fights as a heavyweight. So I've been hit by heavyweights before, and it's like the light heavyweight. Yeah, you could throw haymakers and significant strikes all you want. I know how to absorb that shit. Like, you're talking to a kid or hitting a kid what they forget, and I don't care if it's martial arts, but play into the game of abuse. I was abused by my stepfather and foster parents growing up, so pain is like an adrenaline rush for me. I had to trick myself as a child, and I still have that switch. I still have that switch as an adult. So for years I was abused, like cigarettes being put out on my leg. I was being beat. Yo, the shit goes crazy. Like, this grown man hitting me like I was a grown man and I'm only a little kid in elementary school. Like, you got to think about this shit. It was to a point where I had to figure out how to turn this off, how to turn off feeling this pain. And it's a switch now. So now it's not pain no more. It's an adrenaline rush. It makes me like think like, yo, what do you possess that can put any type of fear into me? Because I don't fear anything. I really don't. I don't fear no human being across from me. Like, physicality, I have physical, speed, power, endurance, technique. You only need the fundamentals when it comes to striking. A simple 1-2 can knock a man out. So I really sit here and ask myself, like, yo, I want to feel this man's power. I want to know if he's going to give me a run for my money. Yo. It's like a little crazy person wakes up inside me, and it's like, you know what pain is. You know what it feels like to be hit. I know it far too well. I've known it for my whole life. So it's like I built a tolerance to it. So it's like the Punisher. The more you beat on him, the stronger he gets, the harder he goes. And that's how I feel. So when I'm in there and people are watching me get hit, they're like, oh, he's getting tired. Oh, he rocked him. Hell fucking no. I'm not rocked. I'm not tired. I'm just getting started. I'm trying to have fun.
It's pretty wild, you know, you bringing this up. The last time we had you on, it was a similar, you know, situation. We were talking about this, and we were discussing how being a slow starter in a fight, maybe you needed to get hit in order to wake up and wanted to hurt this person. It was like something like a throwback thing. Maybe it was an emotional thing. But now I've noticed in fights that you're bringing it earlier. I'm noticing that you do have that fire a little bit early in these fights. Have you been able to harness this pain inside you better as you've progressed as a fighter?
Yeah, it started with the Fabio fight. So I've been talking to my coach, and as many of you know, I don't like hurting people. So all my fight career, I've been trying to figure out how to finish fights without hurting people. Like, I try to finish them quick so I'm not hurting them, but the switch turned on in my head like, yo, he's in there to hurt you. It's anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, depending on if it's a main event or a title fight or a simple fight. All you got to do is get locked in this cage, release your animal, and when it's over, you can shake hands and be cool. And the Fabio fight is when it started. My coach said some crazy shit to me, and then ever since then, nah, no more, man. I just go in there, I'm in the zone, and it's time to go.
And the Fabio fight, you fight a guy that was from the regional scene. You know, that must have been interesting to get to that killer instinct. With him, you had that fantastic finish. Now you go back to back. And with Mendenfield, it was interesting because this is a guy that has, you know, he's got a pretty good takedown defense, and you go in there and you take him down. And try to submit the guy. I think that goes to show not only, I mean, your wrestling is on point, man. How did it feel grappling with this man Mendenfield, who's very good on the ground?
I mean, it was It was as expected. I knew he would be strong in defense, but I know my offense is there. I have a tricky offense. Like my last fight with Dong, people keep talking their shit. Like, oh, he has no grappling. He can't defend a takedown. Like DC was talking shit. They talk this shit, but they don't say, yo, this kid just had COVID, couldn't train for 2 weeks. On his 10th day, because you have to be quarantined for 10 days, on his 10th day, he gets to go and fucking go to the store, wash his clothes, and jump on a plane the next day. Mind you, I couldn't train for 2 weeks. And then once my quarantine was up, I was on the plane to Vegas, going to the doctor, making sure that I wasn't contagious, only to jump in the cage the same Saturday. And I went in there and went 3 rounds with a dude who's finishing everybody.
He's
So
scary.
what does that tell you?
Yeah, it was this guy. Did he fill in? If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember correctly. Did he fill in?
No, I filled in for him.
You filled in.
He had 3 people that didn't want to fight him, and I said, fuck it, let me fight him.
That's right. So there you go. So here you go, coming in on a fight against a guy who a lot of people are overlooking. And yeah, you're right. This guy in his last fight smoked a dude with the standing elbow in the first round.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. How did this guy feel, though? I mean, this guy was pretty strong, though, right?
Yeah, like me, I don't know how COVID works, but my body was just fatigued from the start.
Yeah.
But I pushed through that shit. I'm like, I work through this all the time, and you seen it. Like, I was going through, doing what I had to do. Then he broke my nose in the first round. In the first minute, when he posted on my face and then dropped his elbow, yeah, all I could think about was don't blow your nose because your eyes are gonna swell up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was just fighting. I was just doing what I can do. Like near the end of the 3rd round, I just ran out of time. That little submission from the bottom, you seen him. His face was purple when I let him go.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man. If I had a little more time or pressured forward, I'm like, 1, my nose is broken. 2, I feel like dog shit. And 3, I'm going against a dude I have no idea about, like nothing. My coach was like, he's a striker. That's what we know. But come to find out, this man has nasty wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, we never heard of him, nothing. It's like, it is what it is. I went in there and fought a dude who's on a 14 or 13 fight win streak, and I wanted to break that win streak. But instead, we went the distance, and I feel like we'll run it back again, but it's going to be a different outcome this time.
And now you're on 2.
Yeah, man, after that, I go in there. They say I don't have striking. I knock out Fabio. They say that I have no conditioning and I don't have no grappling. I defend the guy's takedowns, and I fucking rock him with my left hook. I dropped him how many times? And if you watch the fight in the first fucking round, they help him up. A fighter is responsible for getting to the stool on his own. And I had him down, and they helped him to the stool. That should have been a fucking TKO. But you don't see me complaining. I told my coach, yo, let's go. Let's keep it going. We got 2 more rounds, and I'm on fire right now. Fuck it, let's go.
But did that?
We could have said something, but no, we gave the people a fucking fight.
Were the coaches?
Watch the first round. The rules state the fighter has to get back to their fucking stool on their own, and they helped him to his stool. They helped him off the ground, and they helped him to the stool. And when it was time to fight for the 2nd round, I was up pacing, and he was still on the stool. Watch that shit.
Well, and do you need a massage right now? I feel like I got to give you a hug. Like, I feel like, Jess, you want to give him like a virtual hug?
Very angry.
Yeah, you're very passionate right now. Was it a rough day training or something, man? Like, you want me to give you a smooch on the cheek?
Nah, man, it wasn't a rough day. Like, these clowns screaming how, oh, you lost. I lost that fight. I'm like, listen, bitch, I didn't lose shit.
No, you did not.
Trust me when I tell you I didn't lose shit. If holding a man doing nothing for minutes at a time is winning, I can do that shit. I come from a wrestling background. I'll give you guys boring fights all day. But I was in there striking.
Yeah.
I was in there standing the fight up. I was in there throwing the kicks, throwing the punches. I was in there throwing the overhand, spinning back kicks. I was doing everything possible.
Yeah, well, the stats don't lie. I mean, the only stat that stands out is the control time. He did nothing in that control time. And it was so frustrating to watch because, like, you clearly wanted to fight. I have a question, though. Like, if I've noticed in a lot of fights, if you wind up on the bottom, you always find a way to get out of the... You're like Houdini. Do you practice this in camps and stuff in the gym? Or are you constantly like, get on top of me, let me try to get out of this?
Not really. I think that comes from wrestling. For the 3 years of wrestling I did in high school, when you're on your back, you're pinned. So it's like, get up. That comes from wrestling. Like, it was hard to pin me, period. Even in wrestling, like, I would always get the reversal. I was pinning everybody. So it's like that explosive work comes from those years. And then over time, it's just like developed better and better. Yeah, when I go to sleep, I sleep on my stomach. I don't even sleep on my back. So.
Oh, there you go. I heard that's bad for you, but you know everything. I mean, Jesus, look at you. I want to bring someone on real quick. My little baby, who is your #1 fan. She went nuts, William. I mean, she went crazy. You get the win. Your hand gets raised. And this little kid, she's about to go to bed, but I'm going to bring her on real quick because I tell you what, I think she might be your youngest fan. I know you got kids. How old are your kids?
11, 9, 8, 3, and 3.
Okay. There you go. So, you got them all over the occasion. Well, here's a little 7-month-old who would like to say hello to you. This is Ellie, and boy, oh boy, is she a fan. Right, Ellie? A fan, William Knight? Here she is. Look at her. She's just so thrilled that you're on, and she's just so happy to see you, William. Went crazy. Look at that. See, look at that. A UFC fighter, Ellie. Look at that. Yes, that's William. Anyway, she's got to go to bed, so I just wanted to bring her on real quick.
You have to take her to bed, so I wish you the best. I wish you the best, William, and I hope that I get the opportunity to talk to you a little longer next time. I do have to bounce, but I hope that you have a good night, and I can't wait to talk to you again.
There you go.
All right, definitely. Yo, man, listen, anytime you guys want to hit me up, I'm here.
My man. William, listen, I'm not done with you, though. You have a couple more minutes?
Yeah, of course.
All right, come on, let's talk. Let's talk with the boys now. Well, let me ask you this question. Has ARIEL hit you up yet?
Nah.
ARIEL Helwani has not hit you up?
Nope.
Is this fucking asshole serious? I thought I was special here. I was like, wow, we're getting William back on. You know, ARIEL, he's turning down ARIEL and all those guys. So he hasn't hit you up on the MMA Hour to come on?
Not that I know of, unless maybe I got a bunch of messages about going to do podcasts, and it's like crazy. Even something with some weird one too, a real one. I don't even know. I think it was like Matt Serra or somebody's podcast they want me to go on, and I responded, but they said Monday, so that's next week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you should be a pretty hot commodity. You know, I mean, let's be honest. Everyone is talking about you. 50 Cent. How did it feel to see 50 Cent throw a freaking Instagram post out?
Man, he shaded me, man. That's some fucked up shit. Calling me that dude from BMF or whatever. I don't even watch that shit. Lamar or whatever. I was like, damn.
But it must have felt pretty damn cool. 50 Cent. I mean, has there been, since you've had a couple of wins in the UFC, everyone's talking, marveling at your physique and everything. Has there been one special person that hit you up that you were like, wow, this is pretty cool, besides us?
I don't even know. Not really, no.
Okay, we asked Chris Curtis the same thing, and he says a lot of guys. He had Joe Rogan follow him, which is crazy. We got to get. I mean, Joe Rogan should be following you already. I mean, for God's sakes, you're the Knightmare.
Probably. I don't. I gotta go check, man. 35,000 followers. I don't know who's on me.
I love it. One day I'm gonna be as cool as you, man. One day. I'm practicing. I'm trying. My heart is here, but we just can't quite do it. You have. I said to the audience before, you have like 3 different personalities. You have the fighter, you have the social media guy, and then you got the in-person personality, right? And I mean, you're a cuddly teddy bear in person. I've met you a couple times, and I mean, you're like the nicest guy in the world. I've seen you in the cage. A little bit of a different story there. You know, you're a very aggressive human being, and then you're like I said before, you're kind of trolling on the internet. Is this refreshing to have these 3 sides of you?
Yeah, it's the raw me, man. I mean, it's the raw me.
Which one's the real you? Which one's the real you, though?
All of it.
Okay.
All of it.
I like the teddy bear side of you. I think the cuddly William Knight. I have my cousin had the pleasure of meeting you in one of the premier FC fights, and they still talk about you. Like you are just a legend. Anyone that you meet, you're like infectious. Everyone just wants to, talk to the Knightmare. So everyone's happy about your success. So what are we doing next year? I got an idea. Can I propose something to you, William? I have an idea. Do you have someone in mind that you want to fight?
There was a dude I wanted to fight. I forgot his name though.
Can I propose someone to you? Can I
Who?
throw someone out? His name is Devin Clark.
Devin Clark. Oh, the wrestler dude who got submitted?
The Brown Bear, Devin Clark. He's John Jones's buddy. He's a friend of ours too. Nice guy. But I always said, oh my God, if you guys wind up fighting each other, I don't know what I would do. Because I feel like when I watch you fight, my heart like wants to explode. Like I'm so fucking nervous for you. And Devin the same. I like Devin a lot. He's a really nice guy that we've learned to grow a part of. We asked him the last time he was on the show, would you fight William Knight? And he's like, oh, absolutely. So what do you think, William? Would you be down for that fight?
I got to fight whoever. I don't care who it is. Devin Clark, I think, didn't he beat Alonzo Menefield by decision?
He fought Menefield too, if I'm not mistaken. He actually...
Yeah, and then he fought Anthony Smith, right?
He had the problems with Anthony Smith. He's another guy that they throw a lot of up-and-comers at, and I feel like you fall right into that mix, man. I mean, you're like hot right now. And Devin Clark is the type of guy that they feed these types of guys. So it'd be kind of interesting, the matchup, the wrestling, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. It doesn't seem like you're too excited about this. Who's your dream fight?
My dream fight? You really want to know who I want to fight?
Yes.
Top 3 people I want to fight. One I can't fight because he passed away. Kevin Randleman is one of the dudes I would love to fight. John Jones. And then, what's that dude's name? Fuck. Oh, Melvin Manhoff.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's some 3. That is that's some 3 right there. And rest in peace. My God, man. That was we saw Mark Coleman put a couple of tweets out about his buddy passing, and I mean, Jesus. That was Randleman
I would take training serious. Like, my coach gets on me now because I don't take it serious, but I'll start taking it serious like soon.
Was Randleman a guy, I mean, you guys are big boys, so was Randleman a guy that you looked up to coming up? Like his...
Hell yeah. Kevin Randleman is my favorite fighter. He's the reason why I even do this.
Wow. When you were fighting Menefield, it reminded me of like Godzilla, King Kong type shit. Like I felt like there were titans fighting in there. Like it was so like I felt like a big kid watching like just 2 titans go in there and fight. And then do you watch back like these fights and watch your muscles glistening? Do you practice those poses and stuff like that while you're fighting?
Nah, I wish, man. Like I do watch back on my fights though to see what's up. But I mean, improvement needs to come in, some head movement and a little more things. So it's like now it's like I'm confident in my striking, I'm confident in my grappling, I'm confident in my speed, my power, my conditioning. Now I just got to work on footwork and a little more head movement, and oh man, it's gonna be a problem.
You were throwing spinning back fists. I mean, you were at the end of the fight. You were really having, it looked like you were having fun. Like the end of the fight, you're like, okay, let's just go. Balls to the wall. Is that more?
I was.
Were you having a good time?
That fucking bonus. You don't even get it, man. I was like, come on, yo, let's go.
Yeah, the bonus, man. I mean, like I said, you should just walk in there and immediately get a bonus, but the UFC won't listen to us. I mean, so here you are, a 2-fight win streak. You're riding high. Are you looking to get right back in the saddle, or are you just trying to recuperate? What's going on now?
February or March, I can jump in again. I don't mind jumping in February or March.
Okay, and you're feeling good at this weight class? This is your home, right?
Yeah, I can't get any smaller. Like, that shit's annoying to make 205.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you look bigger now than you did at Premier FC. I mean, you look like you're growing.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Is it tougher to make weight now?
In a sense, I'm just lazy with the heat. I hate the heat, so it's tougher in my mind, but on my body, no, because I'll make weight and still be peeing and shit. So
yeah. All right, I'm going to ask a couple of questions from the chat, and we're going to let you go. I know it's getting late over there. We're in Arizona, by the way. We moved. We left New York, and now we're in Arizona. So it's like, I feel like I'm so far away from you now, William. This is crazy. Next time you're in Vegas, I got to find a way to get there and hang out. Do you drink?
Hell yeah, man. I be drinking mad water.
So no alcohol at all?
No, I don't drink or smoke.
Wow. And your whole life you were like this, or is this something like? when
Yeah, my whole life.
Wow, look at you. So what do you do to have fun? Like video games and shit? Work out? Sex?
Yeah, mostly video games, Dragon Ball Z, Tekken, Street Fighter, fucking Marvel, My Hero. I watch a lot of anime. I do a lot of cardio. I just like to have fun, man.
Sure.
Just like enjoy life. I don't smoke or drink because I have a natural high, but at the end of the day, that's really it.
What do you think about this new Spider-Man movie coming out?
I want to see that shit.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, will they be in it? What are your predictions?
Yes.
I agree. I concur. What did you think of Venom Let There Be Carnage? Did you see that?
It was...
It sucked. It sucked. You could say it.
Yeah, I don't want to say it sucked. I just felt like the people who made it was in the wrong hands because Carnage is far more lethal than that.
Yeah, it was like, it felt like a goofball situation. I love Venom. I got Venom tattooed on me. I love Venom. I love me some Venom. And I think it looks cool, but the movie kind of sucked, no?
Yeah, it did. They fucked up.
What would you say is the best superhero movie ever made?
Best superhero movie?
Yes.
And it's not because of anything, but I like Black Panther.
Black Panther. By the way, did you lose a tooth? What happened there?
Yeah, I've always had a lost tooth.
I never knew that, bro. Like, what the fuck? You had? I didn't know that.
In 2006, wrestling season.
Dude, I never seen that before. How the fuck did I miss that? Did you have like some sort of CGI going at Premiere FC? How did I not see that?
Nah, I wear like a partial.
Oh, okay. So you pop it in and out, like when the ladies are around. Are you in a relationship now? What's going on? You married? Your girlfriend? What's going on?
You said if I'm married or a girlfriend?
Yeah, what's going on with you?
You're asking too many questions. You're asking too many questions.
Chris Curtis.
I don't speak my personal life, man.
Oh, come on. You got it. This is the MMA-Holes. You got to say it here. I mean, Chris Curtis.
No, I don't speak my personal life, man. When
you
speak your personal life, that's when bullshit starts to happen.
That's true. There's a lot of drama follows you around. I watch you on Facebook. There's a lot of stuff going on. You send subliminal messages out there, like "lay off, buddy." I see. I had to try. All right. Listen.
But yeah, there's a lady. She's dope.
Nice. Did you meet her while in the UFC or what's going on?
No.
Before or after? What's going on here?
Before.
Okay. So she's been in your life for a little bit then.
Yeah.
Oh, good girl. So how many years now we talking?
See, you asking too many questions.
Wait, you can answer that. Wait, are you actually, okay, let me try to dance around this. So she's in your life, but it's not official? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing else.
Do you have
next question.
Do you have a crush on this person, perhaps?
Big crush. But next question.
Is it a celebrity?
She's a celebrity to me.
Okay, well, that's all that matters. Okay. How big is the titties?
Oh my gosh! Next question, man. Let's go. The questions from the fans.
Are you an ass or a titty man? Just last question for me.
Oh my god!
What do you prefer, breasts or buttocks?
Legs, man.
Legs?
Long, nice legs.
There you go. I like that. I like that answer. Okay, how many baby mamas does he have? How many baby mamas do you have, William?
Too personal, man. But
that's from the chat. It's not me.
All right, but truth be told, I have two baby moms. One of who had my first kids, she has 4, and then another one only has 1.
Okay, there we go. Look at that. Now you got your answer. Stop asking silly questions. They want to know, is this Miley Cyrus? Is that your crush, Miley Cyrus?
Nah, not Miley Cyrus.
Okay. Are your kids watching? Do your kids watch your fights?
Hell yeah, and they be crying and shit.
Oh, I saw that reaction, by the way, on Facebook. I'm not sure. It looked like it was family, but everyone was going bonkers. Maybe, do you know what I'm talking about here? They had you on the TV, Menafield fight. Your hand got raised. Everyone went nuts, and the lady was yelling, "That's my boy, that's my boy." Do you know what I'm talking about on Facebook?
That's my boy. I don't know who that is.
So this woman's claiming you as family or something, and
He said, "That's my boy."
yeah, it's on Facebook. You're tagged on, but you're tagged on a lot of things. You're too popular for me to pull these out of my ass. I should have pulled it. Next time I'm pulling.
Probably Tracy, because she's about to fight on reality. Actually,
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
she's about to fight on reality fighting. That's probably her, because she be going bananas when I went.
There you go. And you are fighting soon. Are you grappling or something like that very soon?
Yeah, in January, the same card as her.
So it's reality fighting, correct?
Yeah,
All right, there you go. Reality. Can we watch this on a streaming service? Are you aware of this, or?
I believe it's like that Fight thing or Fight TV, whatever it's called.
Oh, okay, Fight TV. All right, peeps. Yo, check him out, William Knight. All right, William, listen, I'm going to stop harassing you. I really appreciate you coming on. I know you don't like doing this. I know you're not a fan of this whole interview
I'm good,
shit.
man. You can say what you want. I'm chilling.
All right, how big is your dick? No? No? Okay, sorry. I ask every guest that, and I don't really get much of an answer. So, are you over average or under average?
Oh, my God.
Ariel won't be asking you that.
Next question.
All right, William, man. Listen, I appreciate you coming on. We love you over here on the MMA Holes. We are always going to be fans. If you fight Devin Clark, I'm probably going to be rooting for you. I'm not going to lie, but don't tell him. And I hope you have a great night, and looking forward to your next fight. Okay, buddy?
Definitely, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, there he is. William the Knightmare Knight on the MMA Holes Live. Oh my God. What an amazing appearance. I am coming all over the chat. This is crazy stuff right now. Thank you, chat room, for joining us on a William Knight adventure. And he is one of the best. One of the best. Look at that guy. Look at him. I genuinely like that guy. All right, William Knight, Chris Curtis on the MMA Holes. What an appearance over there. It's not easy getting him, man. Not easy getting William Knight. So having him come on the show is a treat. Is indeed a treat. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, that worked out well. Hit the like button if you want to see more guests. Keep on hitting the like button over here. The reason, the Monday show, we had a fucking crazy influx of donations. You guys donate like that, we'll have guests on every fucking night. We'll have them on every night. But I got to admit, I enjoy talking to these fighters and learning more about them. It might not be the traditional interview, but I don't give a fuck. It's different over here on the MMA Holes. You're not going to see the same song and dance, the same, hey, how is the prep leading up? How's the weight cut? D-Rest! Oh my God! He's triggered.
William the Hero Knight.
William the Hero Knight. He sure is. He's my hero. It's cool, man. It's cool seeing these guys do the regional thing, and then boom, they're UFC stars. Like, William's a star right now. From his physique. A decision's fun with William. So, he's a legit star, and I think the future's very bright.
Wonderful.
We got Sanosi coming in.
If given a chance to fight anyone in your division right now, who would you want?
Okay, well, I'm sorry we missed that during the interview, but we kind of asked it anyway. He really didn't have an answer for us. We threw out Devin Clark. We tried to play matchmaker for William, and I don't know. I like Devin a lot too. He's a good guy. And maybe they shouldn't fight because it would break my heart. It would absolutely break my heart. What else we got here from the chat?
Wonderful.
Here comes D-Man Diaz.
Seriously, imagine if he was on steroids. He could be the buffest dude maybe ever. Mystic, you're a legend for making and doing this show. Lol, WTF baby Hulk and William Knight, ha ha ha. World MMA Awards this Fuck Friday, Big Moss. William Knight, you a beast.
This Fuck Friday is going to be outstanding. It's going to be out of control. Thanks to Sanosi. Yeah, William is a beast, and it is not like it's tough. It's tough to get a hold of the guy. His DMs are blowing up and shit like that. He's got a lot of things going on in his life. So the fact that he made some time for the MMA Holes, and he's constantly, if you look at his social media, go give him a follow. William is constantly in the gym. That's all he does, man. Like, he just eats healthy. He's just fucking training constantly. It's just him just pumping iron. And like that donation said, if this guy was on steroids, I think the world would explode. I don't know. I don't think he could possibly get any bigger than he already is. But his Instagram is at SSJ_Knightmare. So check it out. SSJ_Knightmare. Give him a follow. Say the MMA Holes love you. Also, Chris Curtis. Give a shout out to Chris Curtis who came on the show. Fun stuff with him. The Action Man. I tell you what, both. I just feel like I'm talking to some buddies here. I enjoy talking to these guys, and these are the guys I want to chat with, not those boring guys that, there's a lot of boring people out there. But the Action Man, he's good people. All right, so we talked to the guest. If you're just jumping in now and you missed the interviews, just run it back. Run it back on the stream. Let us know in the comment section. This Saturday night, there is a fight that's going down, fight card that's going down, UFC 269. It is a banger. Very good stuff here. Looking very much forward to this. No Masvidal. Don't listen to Tapology. But Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira. I'm picking Poirier. Jesse's picking Oliveira. We have not yet placed our MyBookie bet. I want to just put it on DP, but Charles is the champ and he's the under, and Jesse's feeling hot on it. She's feeling good. She thinks we should go with the under on this one. I don't think so, but Jesse does. Now, I feel mystical about Poirier. Let me know in the chat, who should we make the bet? Where should it go on Poirier versus Oliveira? I want to know where should we place our money, because we're split here. Can you read us the news? Jesse yelled from the other room, putting the baby to sleep. Oliveira. So Oliveira, 69 dudes. DP is going to win a knockout 4th round. Racket, I'm kind of with you. I think I really like Dustin Poirier in this fight. Dustin's too strong. Don't bet on MMA. Kevin Lee. All we do is win. We had one off week, and we just keep winning. Like, it's just nuts. It's the only way of betting that I feel so confident. If we lose a week, we'll make it up and then some the following week. It's the easiest shit to bet on. MMA is like, it's just too easy. You can always find a way to get a dub, and even if you get an off week, it's every weekend, and it's just a piece of cake. Dustin came into his own, though, and angry lately. DP swallows. Oh, my God. Dustin is a good bet. He'd be like biscuit on Bucky. Charles, Poirier. I need 3 subs for 100. Go sub to Bout Better. Guy needs some subs over there. Bout Better. He makes some picks. He could help you out with your picks as well. Yeah, usually I wouldn't do that, but Bout Better's been part of the community for a while. So go give him a sub. Help him out, man. All right. So the next fight is Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Peña. That is the next fight over here. And listen, I'm picking Amanda. I'm just wondering, are we going to see that one crazy one? Julianna's a nut. She really is. And she was really lobbying for this fight. My problem is she was also really lobbying for the Shevchenko fight. Like, she really wanted to fight Shevchenko, really wanted to fight her. They fought, and she got submitted. Shevchenko just did easy work on Peña. So I'm worried that we're going to see some of the same here. Now, this is for a belt. This is big stuff. She had a baby. She bounced back. I have to still go with Amanda. She's a big favorite in this thing. But if you look at it, well, actually, yeah, she's a minus 800. So, yeah, she's pretty big. She's pretty big. Does anyone think Peña's going to win this thing? Does anyone have it? Like, I like Peña from the Ultimate Fighter. Even though Ultimate Fighter, she's a little loony. But as a fighter, I thought that she was going to make some noise, and she did. She's about to fight for a belt. But look at her resume here. She beat Sarah McMahon, then lost to Durandamy, then beat Nico Montana, and lost to Shevchenko. Shevchenko's, she's one of the GOATs. But still, it's win, loss. Or loss, win. The 2 girls that she lost to, tough. Durandamy has shown, she's a former champ, right? If you really consider that, but that's a whole nother story. Decent girls, but Amanda Nunes, she beat Kat Zingano. That's someone that sticks out. Kat Zingano. That was breast implant Kat. That was before she yanked him out. So that happened. But is she going to win? Does anyone think that Julianna Peña is going to be the upset? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Julianna Peña is going to get it done. I'm not feeling it. I want to try to find a way to feel it. I think it'd be kind of wild if she wins, but she got good grappling, Peña. Her stand-up seems like it's gotten a little bit better. But I just think Amanda's too manly. So, yeah. I don't see any ones. I don't see any ones in that show. Oh, wait. Jumpman XOV is either trying to... And Leo England. So two people. Two people actually believe in her. Wow. Great grappling. Good luck has 4. So, it doesn't really look like people believe. Yeah, Julianna Peña is pretty decent on the ground. It was just wild when she got submitted easily by Shevchenko. It literally shocked the fuck out of me at the time. Now it kind of doesn't. When they're in the cage, Amanda will look like she's 2 weight classes above. Kainoto says, yeah, I feel like she's just too big and strong. You know? I really do. I feel like Amanda's going to punch a hole in this girl's face. Like, that's where my head is going. Almost bet on Teofimo 2. I don't even... Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Everyone has their Matt Sarah. I mean, not everyone. I don't think everyone does. Mountain of Man that night. Cool guy, too, says Greg Cobb. Yeah, he's a good guy. He is. He's a very nice guy. That might be the real Kevin Lee, says Slow D. It is. It actually is the real Kevin Lee. All right. So UFC 269, pretty good 1-2 punch over here. You know, Amanda Nunes is always going to be a pretty big favorite. But Jeff Neal versus Ponzinibbio is still on the card. A fight that looked like it was going to get yanked off. It is still there. So Jeff Neal is fighting Ponzi, and I think that's a pretty good one. Cara France versus Garbrandt moving down. That's a good one over there. Sean O'Malley versus Paiva. By the way, Cara France, I think, is the underdog in this fight. And I kind of feel like they got that wrong. Maybe I'm nuts. I mean, Garber's due for a win. Where are the, let's see, MMA? Here we go. No, that's the same shit as before. You would think of these are prop bets. All right, there's some props over here. A little prop bet action. So this is on MyBookie. If you want to, a lot of people ask us, where do you bet on sports? MyBookie.ag. And use promo code MMA-HOLES for 100% match on your first deposit. Shameless plug. There we go. UFC lines. Nice. Let's let this go. Here we go. Oh, it's still the props. What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Cara France is a plus 105. So he is slight under. Not a huge under, but not a bad under. I kind of like Cara France in a fight. I want Garbrandt to win, but I kind of like him in that fight. I might throw some cash that way. If Jesse makes the Oliveira bet, I might have to go Cara France. But I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. Sean O'Malley against Paiva. By the way, they took Paiva off the rankings, so I guess if Sean O'Malley wins, he's not a ranked fighter. I don't know. Josh Emmett versus Ige Emmett's back. I mean, right over here, look at this. I mean, bangers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bangers at the top of the card. 15 fights, so a real juicy, thick card for your final pay-per-view. How many fights are on the main card? Usually it's 5, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, 6-fight pay-per-view. When was the last time the UFC did a 6-fight pay-per-view? Look at that. Pretty good. Even when match if Masvidal and Edwards was on this thing too, that'd be nuts. So Jordan Wright's on the card, fighting Bruno Silva. That's going down. The Beverly Hills Ninjas, the freaking loony. He's fighting. Let's see, Blanchfield versus Maverick. So Miranda Maverick's back. Let's see, Perez, Chanel. Matt Chanel's a tough. Actually, both these guys are tough dudes. Ryan Hall, the Wizard, is back. So we get to see some flailing on the mat. Just 3 fights in against Derek Minor. So, Derek Minor? Okay. I saw this guy interviewed, one of those regional interviewers caught him. That's right. Yeah, he's going to have his hands full with that goofball. Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly, and Priscilla Cochera versus Jillian Robertson. But my God, what happened to her? I mean, she's flopped. Look at this. 1 win in a grappling bout, but she's... hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, a lot of grappling bouts. Jesus, what the fuck? Hold on a second. Damn. She's not doing very good in the grappling scene. Okay, so where are we going here? So, yeah, she stayed busy after that loss. So, lost to Miranda Maverick. This is like it's these grappling bouts. Jesus. Yeah, so, yeah, look at... Oh, what the fuck? How many grappling bouts you have on you? All right, forget it. Now you're making me work too hard. Anyway, she hasn't looked that great. There was a lot of high hopes for her, but she's kind of flunking. Anyway, it's a good card. All right. I'm done. Tomorrow night is BKFC. I am not sure if we're going to be reacting to that. We'll see. We'll see if we do that. The one's in the chat if you think we should do BKFC tomorrow. But Friday is going to be wild. Fook or Friday is going to be off the Fook. As Sonosi said, the winner of Fook or Friday names the studio. He put his $500 donation up for Fook or Friday. So, there is no name of the studio right now. Right now, there is just no name. It used to be the Arizona, the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona. Now it's live from the studios of Arizona. So, whoever wins Fook or Friday. Yeah, LFA, you know what? We used to react to LFA in the beginning of the channel. Like when Nick Newell was fighting back in the day in the regional scene. And we would just like, I don't know, we would just react to all those promotions. And now it's like we kind of backed off an LFA. Maybe we'll react to it. I don't know. But, all right, so a couple of ones in the chat. Maybe we'll do it. I don't even know who's fighting in bare knuckle, to be honest. I got the alert for their weigh-ins. I don't mind that's on a Thursday. It's kind of cool, you know, because it's kind of like one of our off nights. I did that boring boxing on Sunday. Yeah. The problem is, I mean, let's look at the BKFC card. I don't think I know any of the people on it. BK. I got to get Caleb Harris back on, though. Main event against Julian Lane. Caleb Harris. Oh, MMA-Holes are just doing great. Okay, so which one is this? 12/9. It's V-Neck's birthday tomorrow. Should we do a V-Neck birthday stream? Actually, it's his birthday now. What? No, not yet. Okay, so it is Brown versus Taylor. Okay, here we go.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Well, actually, I know Taylor Sterling versus Hannah Guy. I actually know that one. David Mundell sounds familiar. I know we've seen this guy fight before. But, yeah, I mean, let's look at BKFC's... I don't know. Here's the Chris Curtis movie. Actually, you know what? We should react to it. So if you're just jumping in, Chris Curtis told us that we should check out Vampire Assassin. Vampire Assassin. A 1.5 rating on IMDb. Oh, my God. This movie, it looks hilarious. Looks so funny. Okay, where was I going? BKFC. I'm looking forward to this pay-per-view, man. But 2021... is almost donezo. Yeah, BKFC's website got better. Can I click? All right. Fight Night 10. Here we go. So they have only one with no pictures. Oh, this is the guy Kendall knows. Yeah, Kendall knows this guy. I think she was going to ask if we could have him on. That's why it looks familiar. All right, I don't know. Should we do it? I don't know. I got to think about it. I definitely got to think about it. But, yeah, most of these guys we don't know. Maybe we'll just see some Carnage. Maybe we'll just tune in tomorrow for Carnage. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what your New Year's resolution is in the chat. I don't fucking know. Thank you to our sponsors. Headrush, Mystic Roots, CBD.com. Promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. All the CBD in the world. MysticRootsCBD.com. And Headrush, 20% off their swag. Check it out. ESPN Plus. By the way, I saw Carl. I don't know if Carl's still in the chat. I saw people saying, oh, I got to buy this pay-per-view, UFC 269. We have it pinned in our live chat, that link. If you're going to purchase the pay-per-view or if you're just going to get ESPN Plus, use our link because money gets sucked away from ESPN Plus and it goes in direction of the MMA-Holes. Just saying. So if you're going to buy the pay-per-view, please, I urge you, come back to the stream or do it now. Link in the description or the live chat, and you can get the pay-per-view and help us out as well. So ESPN Plus. And MyBookie.ag. MyBookie.ag, we told you before, 100% match on your first deposit if you use the promo code MMAHOLES. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. Hit that like button. And always remember, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole. What the? What the? What the?
Baby Hulk, do 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 do, baby Hulk, do 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 do, baby Hulk, baby Hulk, do 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 do, baby Hulk, do 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 do, baby Hulk, do 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 do, baby Hulk. Let's go fight, do 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 do, let's go fight, do 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 do, let's go fight, do 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 do, let's go fight. After party pussy, after party pussy, after party pussy. After party pussy, back to the gym, do 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 do, back to the gym, do